Greetings and welcome to short introduction to the project of Shadowlands to Wrath of the Lich King items. And I would like to talk right now about the future of this project a bit and what we have in store to be released next, and also where are we heading. So first of all, the current state of the project. Right now we are in state where we have successfully downported almost every single item to the Wrath of the Lich King, even with the DBCs and even with the SQL queries, so you can insert the items into the databases of your servers. Right now the SQL queries contain only name of the item, type and quality, even the armor, like armor type and the inventory type. So basically all you will get is a name of the item, its quality, it's like a chest, it's purple, and it's cloth. For example, this stuff. And that's basically what we have right now. In a short way. But it involves a lot of stuff. It's like all texture components, so the chests, gloves, legs, boots, shoulders, helmets, and weapons as well. So from the sword, poniards, axes, everything is in there. Right now, heavily demanded thing that we wanted to release next, and what we anticipated to be released like from the beginning of the project, were the 3D belts. They are ready to be released. They are just, right at corner, almost done. Basically, it's done, to be frankly said. But there are some bug fixes that needs to be done, so I don't release only like 80% working stuff. I would like to release at least like 95% working stuff, but with this huge amount of items that we are releasing, it's pretty much impossible to catch everything. But we have received a pretty good feedback from some customers that have been testing our stuff, so I have quite a huge list of bugs that are actually in there. Believe it or not, it's like 1000 stuff. I'm not sure if all of them are actually valid, because so far when I've been browsing the list of bugs that I have received from the customers, some of them were actually false reports, but some of them were very real, and I need to attend those fixes. Anyway, with that being said, I can move to other stuff we are planning and what's already done. So we plan to release this soon, and it's already finished, so there is no more work needed on this, and thus there is most likely no blocker coming upon us. As you can see here, it's around 130,000 new sound entries, and also these sound entries were already implemented into the Creature sound data DBC, alongside with plans to create creatures in future. This will work very good because we would be able to downport creatures and its sounds as well. These sound entries are already done, it's ready to be shipped, but you would have to still assign these IDs manually. And other stuff that is already done, and we even tested it, it's working properly, are the ground effect textures and ground effect Doodads. Ground effect Doodads are basically small objects, M2s, that get spawned on the map. It's using the texture that is painted on the ADT to get, define where it should be spawned and how, which is as well defined in the DBCs too. There is like density, weight, and this kind of stuff. And also up to 4 models can define per single texture that is on the ADT. And that's all also done. And there is like a small problem that we need to solve right now, but I don't think it will take longer than a day to fix it. And these were pretty much all the stuff that we have done so far, and what are finished and basically ready to be released. So stay tuned for updates. Anyway, there are some more future plans that we would like to do, that we would like to implement in future, but we have not started working on those yet in a huge scale. So first item on the list are the creatures and the DBC models. This thing is actually almost done. I just said that we have not worked on those, but this is something that we have worked on for a while and then we actually dropped it, so it's like you know, not ready at all for proper implementation. I mean, GBCs are actually done, to be honest, but the problem are 3D models. There is so many broken models that, like, when I was testing it, out of 50 models I got 40 crashes. And the problem is that in Shadowlands, Blizzard changed some policy around the texture units, and I need to write some script that will cycle through all the models and will be fixing these texture units, but I have not investigated how exactly it works yet. So even when there is a huge chunk of job already done, there is still a even bigger chunk that needs to be done. On the second place of the future plans, we have Doodads models, and by Doodads models I mean models that are stored in like a world/expansion O and a number. So you can have like a Cataclysm, Warlords of Draenor, Mist of Pandaria, Legion, BFA, and the Shadowlands models all in your patch, and so you can spawn them in the game via no-git. Also in use with GameObjectDisplays. That stuff is planned as well. But for that you will need these Doodads implemented, and we have not done that yet. So yeah, a lot more work to do. Anyway, downporting VMOs from higher patch than 8.01. That's actually a big thing, because for now the only VMOs that we can downport are from 8.01, with the exception for the newer version of the multi-converter that is able to downport VMOs from higher patches, but they are drawbacks. And one of them are Doodads that will be missing, and that's pretty much unacceptable. By Doodads I mean default Doodad sets that came with VMOs, and they are basically not being downported. And you know, what is the point of downporting a VMO if you don't get the Doodad sets? So it's unacceptable, and thus we will need to figure out our way how to downport VMOs to a state from which we can downport to that of the Lich King, because right now it would be much easier to just downport from like Shadowlands to 8.01 alpha, and then from the 8.01 alpha to downport it to Wrath of the Lich King. But again, this will involve a lot more research and, you know, scripting, coding, because this all involves editing hex and stuff, like the raw file format. So you need to know the structure of the new structure. That's really important, and go to the right edit so it actually works. And the last thing is tons of bug fixing. As I have said, we have like thousands and more bugs that are in there, small and insignificant ones, even the huge ones that literally just crashes the whole game, and all of those stuff needs to be fixed. It's a lot of work. So far we have spent like, I don't know, 100 hours working on this project so far, when I should sum everything. And I'm kinda, you know, I'm 100% sure that it will take equally more time right now. So maybe another 100 hours until it's completely finished, or maybe even more, because, you know, taking care of every single model and every single DBC file, it's not easy at all. And even if you create some automated downporting tool that can handle 1000 models, you are pretty much guaranteed that from the 1000 models you downport, there will be at least like 100 broken, or at least 50-10. You know, nothing is really perfect, and it's up to manual and job to fix it later. And that actually involves that we even know what the bugs are, because there is around 70,000 items right now. We have 2,600 new 3D belts, 130,000 new sound entries, 9,000 new ground effect texture IDs, and for the creatures it's like 40,000 new display IDs. So it's incredibly huge amount of data, and sad to say it, but it's almost impossible for it to for two users to bug fix it all. So we need you to test the items, send out the feedback, and so we can fix it and provide you the best experience we can. With that all said, I would like to thank you to everyone who bought our pack. It's $150, so it's pretty huge price. But with taking all the stuff that are required to do, with taking that in mind, I still think it's pretty good and reasonable price. We had several projects that already bought from us and were happy with our project, and I would still like to improve our product. And basically that's all we wanted, to provide you the data from the Shadowlands to Wrath of the Lich King, so everyone can use it, even if there is the paywall. I mean, how is the saying? If you are good at something, never do it for free. And I have released a lot of free models as well, so there are some paid ones right now. And I mean, the more I get money out of this, the more modding I can do, and the better product I can serve you. Better than free, I guess, because you know how it's today with free stuff. Yeah, and that's how it is. So thank you for watching, thank you for buying the pack, and thank you for your support on the Twitch and YouTube subscribes and so on. It's all helping this project going on. And I would like to thank you all for me, and even the tester who is working with me on this project. So stay tuned for the updates, because this project will soon transform from the Shadowlands items to Shadowlands everything almost. We have the sounds, ground effects, creatures, items, spell visuals, and a lot more is coming. So thank you once more, and see you later.